A soprano is a type of classical female singing voice and has the highest vocal range of all voice types. The soprano's vocal range is from approximately middle C equals 261 Hz to high A equals 880 Hz in choral music, or to soprano C equals 1046 Hz or higher in operatic music. In four-part chorale-style harmony, the soprano takes the highest part, which usually encompasses the melody. Typically, the term soprano refers to female singers, but at times the term male soprano has been used by men who sing in the soprano vocal range using falsetto vocal production instead of the modal voice. This practice is most commonly found in the context of choral music in England. However, these men are more commonly referred to as countertenors or sopranists. The practice of referring to countertenors as male sopranos is somewhat controversial within vocal pedagogical circles, as these men do not produce sound in the same physiological way that female sopranos do. Michael Maniaci is able to sing the modal voice like a woman because his larynx did not fully develop during puberty. Radu Marian is also able to sing in the modal voice because he never went through puberty, and is considered to be a natural castrato. In choral music, the term soprano refers to a vocal part or line and not a voice type. Male singers whose voices have not yet changed and are singing the soprano line are technically known as trebles. The term boy soprano is often used as well, but this is just a colloquialism and not the correct term. Historically, women were not allowed to sing in the church, so the soprano roles were given to young boys and later to castrato men whose larynges had been fixed in a pre-adolescent state through the process of castration. The term soprano may also be used to refer to a member of an instrumental family with the highest range, such as the soprano saxophone. Types and roles in opera. In opera, the tessitura, vocal weight, and timbre of soprano voices, and the roles they sing, are commonly categorized into voice types, often called frequency share. A singer's tessitura is where the voice has the best timbre, easy volume, and most comfort. For instance, a soprano and a mezzo-soprano may have a similar range, but their tessituras will lie in different parts of that range. The low extreme for sopranos is roughly A3 or bar in registered trademark 3. Within opera, the lowest demanded note for sopranos is F3. Often low notes in high voices will project less, lack timbre, and tend to count less in roles. However, rarely is a soprano simply unable to sing a low note in a song within a soprano role. The high extreme, at a minimum, for non-coloratura sopranos is soprano C, and many roles in the standard repertoire call for ca in registered trademark 6 or D6. A couple of roles have optional A unregistered trademark 6 unregistered trademark S, as well. In the Coloratura repertoire, several roles call for A in registered trademark 6 on up to F6. In rare cases, some Coloratura roles go as high as G6 or Ga in registered trademark 6, such as Mozart's Concertaria Popoli di Tessaglia, or the title role of Jules Massenet's opera Esclamonde. While not necessarily within the tessitura, a good soprano will be able to sing her top notes full-throated, with timbre and dynamic control. The following are the operatic soprano classifications: Coloratura soprano. Lyric coloratura soprano, a very agile light voice with a high upper extension, capable of fast vocal coloratura. Light coloraturas have a range of approximately middle C to high F, with some coloratura sopranos being able to sing somewhat higher or lower. Dramatic coloratura soprano, a coloratura soprano with great flexibility in high line velocity passages, yet with great sustaining power comparable to that of a full spinto or dramatic soprano. Dramatic coloraturas have a range of approximately low B to high F, with some coloratura sopranos being able to sing somewhat higher or lower. Soubrette. In classical music and opera, the term soubrette refers to both a voice type and a particular type of opera role. A soubrette voice is light with a bright, sweet timbre, a tessitura in the mid-range, and with no extensive coloratura. The soubrette voice is not a weak voice, for it must carry over an orchestra without a microphone like all voices in opera. The voice, however, has a lighter vocal weight than other soprano voices with a brighter timbre. Many young singers start out as soubrettes, but as they grow older and the voice matures more physically, they may be reclassified as another voice type, usually either a light lyric soprano, a lyric coloratura soprano, or a coloratura mezzo-soprano. Rarely does a singer remain a soubrette throughout her entire career. A soubrette's range extends approximately from a low B to high B. The tessitura of the soubrette tends to lie a bit lower than the lyric soprano and spinto soprano. Lyric soprano. A warm voice with a bright, full timbre, which can be heard over a big orchestra. It generally has a higher tessitura than a soubrette and usually plays ingenues and other sympathetic characters in opera. Lyric sopranos have a range from approximately below middle C to high D. There is a tendency to divide lyric sopranos into two groups. Light lyric soprano. A light lyric soprano has a bigger voice than a soubrette but still possesses a youthful quality. Full lyric soprano. A full lyric soprano has a more mature sound than a light lyric soprano and can be heard over a bigger orchestra. Spinto soprano. Also lirico spinto, Italian for push lyric. This voice has the brightness and height of a lyric soprano, but can be pushed to dramatic climaxes without strain, and may have a somewhat darker timbre. Spinto sopranos have a range from approximately from B to high D. Dramatic soprano. A dramatic soprano has a powerful, rich, emotive voice that can sing over a full orchestra. Usually this voice has a lower tessitura than other sopranos, and a darker timbre. Dramatic sopranos have a range from approximately A to high C. Some dramatic sopranos, known as Wagnerian sopranos, have a very big voice that can assert itself over an exceptionally large orchestra. These voices are substantial and very powerful and ideally even throughout the registers. Intermediate voice types. Two types of soprano are especially dear to the French are the dougaisen and the falcon, which are intermediate voice types between the soprano and the mezzo-soprano. A dougaisen is a darker-colored soubrette, a falcon a darker-colored soprano drammatico. See also, bel canto, category of sopranos, Fach, the German system for classifying voices, list of sopranos in non-classical music, voice classification in non-classical music, references. Further reading, Baldray, Richard. Robert Caldwell, Werner Singer, Joan Wall and Roger Pines. Singer's edition, Operatic arias a light lyric soprano. Caldwell Publishing Company. ISBN A978-1-877761-02-7. Baldray, Richard. Robert Caldwell, Werner Singer, Joan Wall and Roger Pines. Singer's edition, Operatic arias a Soubrette. Caldwell Publishing Company. ISBN A978-1-877761-03-4. External links, media related to soprano vocalists at Wikimedia Commons. The dictionary definition of soprano at Wiktionary.